What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Phil. That's Sam.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
You know that, but you may not know who we're doing today because we don't know. This is our first time checking out Zager and Evans in the year 2525.
Yeah, I've never heard of them. You haven't either, right?
I have not, and that's a going theme. As you guys know, if you've been hanging out with us for a while, that's what we do here. And how did we arrive at this video, Sam?
This is a request from Larry, so thanks so much for supporting the channel. Again, Larry, we appreciate it.
Larry is a big fan. He says we bring a lot of happiness, joy, and smiles through the videos and the community, and gives him memories. And this song has a very sharp memory for him in that he was at a boot camp, I think he said for about 9 weeks in 1969. And he, upon release, the first song that he heard on the radio was this song here. In the year 25.
Yeah, he said he was unable to listen to like any music, no radio, nothing for the 9 weeks, except for they watched the moon landing, and then this was the first thing he heard after he left.
It's so crazy to hear stories like that from you guys, telling us about you were growing up and then watching the moon landing. That for us is like so wild, I think,
know.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's interesting as well because in the year 2525 is a futuristic sci-fi story. That's what we've gotten from Larry thus far and from the brief information that we've looked at. But this is the first time we're getting into the duo. Apparently they didn't have a ton of success. This was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But this did really, really well. It went to #1 in the U.S. For 6 weeks in the U.S. It also topped the U.K. singles chart, went really high to the top in Canada, Australia, and a couple other places. So.
And yeah, it was released in 1969. So let's find out about this futuristic story and see how applicable to today it might be.
Let's do it.
In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. In the year 3535, ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today. In the year 4545, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes. You won't find a thing to chew, nobody's gonna look at you. In the year 5555, your arms are hanging limp at your sides. Your legs got nothing to do, some machine doing that for you. In the year 6565, ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too, from the bottom of a long glass tube. Whoa, whoa.
Jeez.
In the year 7510, if God's a coming, he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. In the year 8510.
Love this, building the drama. You got the strings in the back, building the drama throughout this one. And I love the refrain. It's not a repeated chorus. It's coming back to 25, 25, 35, 35, 45, 45. That's really cool. And building the story throughout. Really interesting that, the sound is so dynamic. It's not something is really, I would say, yeah, this is from the 60s. It's got like a combination of a few eras, it feels like. Maybe some, classical elements, and then, maybe growing into that rock element as well a little bit. So really, really interesting mix. What are you feeling so far about this one? So,
yeah, I feel like it's interesting because the lyrics obviously have this like super somber tone of like what the looks like into the future. It's almost kind of like the future is kind of scary and bleak, but the instrumentation is catchy and almost offsets that a little bit because it's like kind of upbeat, and it almost, it's complementing the storytelling, but it's like the storytelling is a little bit kind of, scary and then sad, but I feel like the instrumentation is almost uplifting in some way. So it's a weird combo.
Yeah, it's definitely a scary tale. That's what I'm getting in.
Well, it's also funny because it said that like in the year, I forget what it said, it was like way farther in, like 55 or something, that like, oh, you're going to be able to like essentially get your child from a lab. And I feel like we're not too far off from that right now.
Oh, I don't think we're far off from pretty much everything in this.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be thousands and thousands of years. I think we're already in this, technologically based society that is expanding and evolving exponentially. It's not something where year over year. I think that's kind of what I get from this, is that this is kind of talking like, oh, it's going to take thousands of years for all this stuff to happen. Of course, they're, making it catchy in that refrain too. But I think you could have done it like centuries and it still would have been too long, because the way technology is growing now, it's insane. And I feel like that's what's being painted as a story in this one, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, back then, like, they probably had no idea how fast this stuff would advance, right? So.
Well, yeah, in 1969, like we were just talking about, they were, going to the moon, but the stuff that they had, the computers that they were using in that were pretty wild. The size of them compared to, we have stronger, faster computers in our phones now, right?
Yeah.
So the processing power.
Doing that for you in the year 65. Ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too, from the bottom of a long glass tube. Whoa, whoa. In the year 7510, if God's a-comin', he ought to make it by then. Maybe he'll look around himself and say, guess it's time for the judgment day. In the year 8510, God is gonna shake his mighty head. He'll either say, I'm pleased where man has been, or tear it down and start again. Whoa, whoa. In the year 95, I'm kinda wondering if man is gonna be alive. He's taken everything this old earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing. Whoa, whoa. Now it's been 10,000 years. Man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through, but through eternal night, the twinkling of starlight, so very far away, maybe it's only yesterday. In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. In the year 3535.
Uh-oh. Looks like we went from human to robot. I don't know if this was from a movie or if it was made this way as a short film to complement the video, or complement the song. You guys can give us insights on that down
I feel like
below.
you did a good job, because obviously the song has a lot of storytelling in it. So it's nice to have the visual alongside it.
Yeah, and maybe that's Neuralink right there. It is interesting too, right? Because the whole theme of this, the topic of this, is the evolution and the changes that are going on. And he was making a point to say, I don't even know if humanity is going to survive. And I imagine there's a lot of people that feel that way. Sometimes I look around at the world, I'm like, what is going on? How are we going to survive this another 50 years? And it's, forever so far has worked out that way. But the evolution of technology, I used to think space travel, because coming back to, Larry had mentioned his viewing of the moon landing, coming back to space travel, I used to think it was kind of a waste of time. Like, why are we spending all this, money and time trying to go to outer space? And now, because I see how fast the world is evolving, I'm like, yeah, we're, it's kind of great that we're moving so quickly and, we're developing and all that. But then at the same time, like, we're developing all this technology that can probably wipe ourselves out. I also, we've done space videos before, and like space is a thing where, as we saw with, what the theories are about the dinosaurs, it's like, one asteroid comes and it's like, bye-bye to everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So now I kind of look at it as, yeah, if we can get off the planet and get to another one, our chances of survival long term are, grow infinitely, right? And if we can have 2 planets that we're on, then yeah, maybe we will in the long run survive, even if we do crazy stuff like this on one.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we never know if, they're talking about the robots here. Like, you never know with the advancement of robots what's going to happen. Like, one day robots might try to wipe us out and take us over. So
yeah, the growth of AI is wild, as we know. So, Sam, what did you think about the song, though?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it had a good groove to it and kept me, like, the storytelling kept me interested and entertained the whole time. That's something that I've really enjoyed on this channel, is like more of the storytelling aspect of a lot of the songs that we've done, which I think is really cool.
You like sci-fi and you like storytelling.
I do. So it's a good mix for me.
This is a nice compliment.
Yes. So good pick, Larry.
Yeah. Larry has made some great picks. And he even said to us, he was like, I just want to sponsor a video. You guys can pick one that you guys want to do. And I was like, no. You got to like narrow down the list. And so we went with this one, and it was definitely a great pick. Let us know about Zager and Evans if there's anything else that is in their catalog that we should check out. If you guys are dying to get us to check out another one, let us know. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. We appreciate all your support. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.